This is the story of Jennifer Robbins, a hard-working young woman who is determined and focused. On the eve of Valentine's Day, she finds herself working late once again. But this time, it's for a personal reason. She's planning a trip to New York to reconcile with her ex-fiancé, Derek. At the same time, a man named Guy tidying up his appearance, looking as if he's preparing for something special. Just as Jennifer and Guy are about to leave the building, they end up in the same elevator. Guy tries to initiate a casual conversation with Jennifer, perhaps to ease the awkward silence. Suddenly, the elevator shakes and stops. Despite the rising panic, Guy tries to stay calm and use the emergency alarm, but it's unresponsive. Next, his attempt to open the door is equally unsuccessful. Feeling hopeless, they turn to the CCTV camera, hoping their silent pleas for help are being observed. Their situation grows more desperate when they realize their cell phones have no service. And the long weekend means the building is deserted and probable delay in rescue until Tuesday morning. After a bit, with Guy's help, she climbs to look for an escape hatch. But after some time searching, she realizes there's no hatch. Another hour passes and Jennifer finally gives up on catching her flight. Despite waiting for help, Jennifer and Guy had no choice. To pass the time, they strike up a conversation and start feeling more comfortable. As more time passes, Jennifer realizes she needs to use the restroom. She tries to hold it in, but it's becoming increasingly uncomfortable. Just then, Guy spots an empty thermos in Jennifer's bag and suggests using that instead. Since she has no choice, she uses the thermos, despite being extremely humiliated. During this time, Guy covers his ears to provide her with some privacy. As the hours drag on, they try to pass the time by throwing chocolates into a cone. Guy opens up a bit about his life. He talks about how he's unhappy with his job and feels like nobody cares about him. When he asks Jennifer about her missed flight, she tells him she was planning to surprise her ex-fiancé in New York. Although she admits her ex probably won't want to see her. Understanding that they're both dealing with difficult situations, Guy brings out a bottle of wine that he's been carrying. The pair snapped a few selfies before deciding what to discuss next. Guy suggests sports, but Jennifer wants something more intriguing, like past romantic encounters. As they share their stories, Jennifer proposes that they record themselves. She goes first, sharing a wild story about a library encounter. On the other hand, Guy doesn't have any stories as wild as hers. Jennifer encourages him to make up a story instead. He begins to spin a tale about an intimate encounter with a coworker in his car after a work party. But as he dives into his story's details, he becomes aroused. Caught in the awkward situation, Guy hastily apologizes, thinking he might have made Jennifer uncomfortable. However, Jennifer reassures him it's all right, which gives him the courage to confess that he wants to kiss her. Without any protest from her, they share a passionate kiss. Things escalate quickly, and they become physically intimate. Guy confesses his love for her moments later. Immediately, she indicated that this was a casual encounter, and still intends to marry her ex-fiancé. Trying to convince her otherwise, Guy insists that Derek doesn't deserve her and probably doesn't even want her back. But this made her angry, leading to a heated argument. As the atmosphere turns tense, Jennifer attempts to ease the tension by joking that at least now, he has an exciting experience to share. However, Guy remains hurt by her rejection and discloses everything. He confesses that his real name isn't Guy, and he isn't an accountant. Instead, he works as a security guard in the building, which allows him to monitor Jennifer. Moreover, he staged their current situation to get close to her. Realizing he can't win her love, Guy pulls out a key and reactivates the elevator. Angry about the situation, she threatens to file a police report against him. This enrages Guy, and he switches the elevator off again. In a desperate move, Jennifer rushes to turn it back on. As Guy tries to stop her, she accidentally destroys the key, leaving them truly trapped inside the elevator. In a rage, Jennifer attacked Guy with her boot. For a moment, she was gripped by the fear that she might have killed him. However, he suddenly opens his eyes and hits Jennifer's head to the floor, knocking her out. Several hours later, Jennifer woke up in the same elevator, with Guy sitting across from her. Confused and angry, she demanded to know why he had done all this. His response left her horrified. Guy explained that he had meticulously planned this scenario to give her ample time to get to know him. Desperate and scared, Jennifer argues back, believing that someone will eventually show up to rescue them. However, Guy crushed her hope by revealing that he had convinced the other security guards to let him cover their shifts, ensuring no one would be around until Tuesday. Tearfully, she labels him a monster, to which he responds defensively, insisting he didn't force her into anything. After yelling, Guy gets curious about Jennifer's paper bag. Inside, he finds a coat and a cigar set, gifts meant for Derek. However, he apologizes to Jennifer for his previous aggression, blaming it on his quick temper, and reassures her he will not scare her again. As time passed, the gloomy elevator started to annoy Guy. In his frustration, he hit a light and broke it. Then, something about the ceiling caught his eye. It didn't have any screws. Seeing this opportunity, he climbs the walls and successfully opens the ceiling. With a chance of getting out, he asks Jennifer to give him a boost so he can climb up and open the elevator from the outside. In a clever move, Jennifer convinces Guy to allow her to climb out, promising him she won't call the police. Once she was on top of the elevator, she left him behind. Not ready to give up, Guy creatively ties some clothes together to make a makeshift rope. He manages to reach Jennifer, who's trying to open the door. In a sudden move, he pulls her, causing both of them to fall back into the elevator, knocking them unconscious. After some hours, Jennifer wakes up first and notices a dripping pipe nearby. She quickly comes up with a plan and starts burning Guy's drawings, hoping to set off the smoke alarms. Suddenly, Guy wakes up. Acting swiftly, Jennifer kicks him in the face and ties him up. Right then, sprinklers in the elevator start to spray water, indicating that the smoke alarm was successfully triggered and help is likely on the way. Now feeling more in control, Jennifer threatens to harm Guy unless he confesses his crimes on camera. With no way out, Guy, whose real name is John Deakins, agrees to tell his story. He shares how he was once a successful man with a stable job until he accidentally killed someone, marking the start of his downfall. He confesses that the story about being intimate with a coworker in his car was indeed true. They had been drunk, and he crashed the car, resulting in the woman's death. After serving a 6-month sentence, he found it hard to find a good job and ended up working as a security guard. Desperate to feel a taste of his old life, he staged the elevator incident to escape his sad reality temporarily. When Monday comes, John's colleague, Eddie, enters the building with his girlfriend, Ruby. He searches for John, but instead stumbles upon the elevator surveillance footage. Using the building's emergency communication system, Eddie tells Jennifer he is there to rescue her. However, she is unaware that John is managing to free himself from the bindings. Soon, Eddie manages to open the elevator doors. However, the elevator is stuck slightly below the ceiling. As Eddie plans to lower the elevator, John suddenly pulls Jennifer back inside. Hearing John's voice from within the elevator, Eddie throws a key to him to override the elevator's control system. But John claims it's not working and asks Eddie for help. As Eddie leans halfway into the elevator to assist, John turns on the elevator, chopping Eddie's body in half. Shortly after, John places Jennifer in the trunk of his car and returns inside the building to dispose of any evidence and clean himself up. He proceeds to review the security footage and deletes all the recordings. However, his plans are interrupted when Ruby, Eddie's girlfriend, arrives searching for him. Realizing she is now a witness to his actions, John decides to eliminate her as well. Later, John drives to an isolated area and prepares to dispose of Jennifer's body by placing kerosene in a nearby dumpster. As he opens the trunk, he discovers that Jennifer has already died. Proceeding to throw her bags into the dumpster, Jennifer suddenly attacks John from behind. She rushes into the car and drives away, but suddenly puts it in reverse to run John over. To avoid her, John quickly jumps into the dumpster, resulting in Jennifer crashing into it instead. Satisfied, Jennifer lights a cigar and tosses the cigar into the dumpster, burning everything, including John. And this is how the story ends. One's actions, driven by loneliness or desperation, can have severe consequences. It is crucial to respect others' boundaries and feelings. Forcing a relationship or connection on someone is not the right path to genuine companionship. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. If you have any suggestions for future movies, please leave them in the comments section below. Until next time, take care. Goodbye.